In recent years, Super Sentai has been doing special episodes for their shows. They're called Returns and 10 Years After. Goseiger, Shinkenger, Hurricaneger, Goanger, and Dekaranger got these currently. I think it's a great idea. A lot of these stories ended, but they continue on for the characters. Plus, they're arguably better than team-ups. They don't have to focus on two teams. I wanted to think which Sentais would work as they continued movie-length specials where they have potential of introducing new stuff, answering old questions, seeing other sides like focus on villains. A worthwhile epilogue of the show. At the same time, you have to be careful. I don't want everything to turn into Kamen Rider Den-O. I liked that season, but they had way too many sequels. Thank you, Doma Fox, for the idea. If you have a suggestion or a topic you'd like me to cover, leave a comment. I might use it one day.
Zyuranger.
Now, Zyuranger is a weak season. There's reasons. Zyuranger went with fairy tale stories. The actors were more actors than proficient in stunts. It was a change from past seasons, but with Geki coming back in the Dino Team-Up special, not to mention Goshi and Gokaiger, it reminded me how it ended. They went on a magical cloud and disappeared. Where did they go? What did they do? Many questions, many ideas. I understand why they did the ending like that. The Rangers aren't a part of the world anymore. They're thousands of years out of date. They don't fit in, but that would be an idea to do in a special. We know they still interact with Earth. It'd be nice to give them one more go. Here's a chance to get Don and Boy used. They really got neglected. Maybe they've tried to reform their old tribes over 2 decades. I know Burai's actor is retired, but it would be cool if Geki could at least get a few scenes with him beyond the grave. They could even tie this into some plot holes. Since they're in the clouds, they could be looking over the planet and are the ones who contact other Sentai teams about issues. Even Grifoser and Lamy's story could be continued here.
Kakuranger.
This season would be interesting. Their whole goal was to protect from the yokai. They were able to change their forms into humans. What if a few still survived, or because of past seasons like Gokaiger, some escaped? They hit around the world. It would be interesting to see the Kakuranger team still be active, but split up around the globe, trying to reel these monsters in. I always wanted to see Ninja Black in an American setting, use more ninja tactics, travel the world undetected. Plus, those Ninja Man episodes, I enjoyed them. I just have this thing liking quirky characters. He was used really good in Gokaiger. Kakuranger had a specific flair to them, just like how Dairanger is unique with the Chinese mythology.
Kyoryuger.
Yes, Kyoryuger needs a special. When you have 10 Rangers, this causes a really bad focus problem. Same thing happened in Kyuranger. The second half of the team needed to be fleshed out better, especially with the whole ancient characters and Deckyellow's actor taking over the role of Cyan. I think it would be interesting to have their special play in a similar way they did Lupin vs. Pat, where we have the first half of the film feature the original 6 Rangers, while the second half would go for the rest being led by Torin. It could revolve around needing Death Ruger or even some use of the 2114 Kyorugers. They had a creative idea with them using the black and gold toy variants as a story plot. The show needs more cool ideas like that.
Time Ranger.
I like Time Ranger, but one thing that failed, it took place in 2000, so we basically never got to see the future. This is where a fresh reunion movie can benefit. Have it placed in 3019, see the operations of Bass. Did the Rangers get promoted? Has Pink moved on from Red? Take advantage of the time travel. With a bigger budget special, they could hop around time into key places. Even have a nod to Gokaiger where we see them maintain Gojujin. The story could be about someone attempting to go after the Time Ranger team's past selves, preventing their birth. Another possibility is to save the Lonzar family, give them tips right before they travel to 2000, changing the entire outcome of the series where the Rangers have to put everything back together. Time travel is tricky to do, it's not 100%, but if they pick one big thing, the story would work.
Dicky Ranger.
This season is tricky. They brought back the team multiple times and delved deeper into post stories, especially with Gokaiger, but they could take a cue from Jungle Fury. One of the things that sucked was Ryo and Melee dying. They're good now, even though they won't admit to it. It would be cool if the special would feature them again. They're dead in the show, which is an issue, but using that could work. But not just them. I also wanted to see the Spirit Ranger suits from Jungle Fury used in Geki Ranger. But even go further, why not have Ryo and Melee also become Rangers along with all the teachers, so we have a full new team of Rangers? I think seeing Master Shafu through Melee as Rangers would be fun. In addition, each one having a Super Geki mode. For Ryo and Melee's case, their evil style powers would form like a Hyper Dorinki mode. The thrusters would be purple smoke. As dead spirits, they could do special things like channel energy, merging both Shigeki and Kageki into one.
Bowcanger.
After seeing Kyuranger, I always wanted the Bowcangers to be looking through the galaxy for new precious. The team up kind of forced them back home. I think it'd be cool to have it not take place on Earth. SGS started another branch on another planet. Deca Ranger has aliens. Bond came from another part of SPD. It's a doable story. Even have it take place near the planet where Natsuki came from. Flesh out her planet's history. Figure out why she went insane in the series. Go into detail why these items are precious. Maybe we see how Zubon was created. All these small plot points that the show couldn't focus on would be fun to see fleshed out.
Maji Ranger.
The show was wrapped up really well, but the thing that sucked was Maji Mother and Wolzard Fire, due to the story, wasn't in the show for long. I think this would be an interesting way to bring back this season with Miyuki and Isamu as the main characters, popping in on the rest of the cast. See how everyone's changed over the 14 years. It could even feature more of Magitopia. This was not used much in the show. They have a lot of places they can go. What's Kai been up to? We didn't get to see much when he popped back in Gokaiger. Did anyone else get married? Maji Blue and Shine could have a kid. That could be something they could focus on. They could even bring in the Battle Laser from Mystic Force. It could be one of the things found on Kai's journey. Vancuria is still out there being dumb. I love to see her team up with Maji Pink and Yellow.
Mega Ranger.
Mega Ranger would be very interesting to bring back for a few reasons. The first could be about how technology's advanced. iNet's evolved into a more super company. They redesigned all the equipment, new Mega Ranger suits, things like that. Maybe the original Rangers had left because everything was changed. It didn't feel like they weren't needed anymore. The second part of the story could be about the Neji Rangers coming back. They were a big deal even in their season. It would be stretching it for them to come back, but it'd be nice to see a movie-length story about them again, bringing the group together. Even have a Silver Neji Ranger. A new tech, old tech type story, see the evolution of computers and even the arcades. Possibly a falling out-like story where the main team went in other directions. They were in high school. All of them had different aspirations. That's why their suit abilities were different. They wouldn't be able to stick together forever. There are some other seasons I would have chosen. Die Ranger being one. Ko as an adult now would change the dynamic, but with Tatsuya Nomi's passing, it wouldn't feel complete. Jetman would have been another choice, but Gokaiger's episode on them was a very satisfying ending. Kyuranger can also be picked, but because I overall didn't like the season for many compounded issues, I don't think they could do everything justice with one return film. I did leave out the older Sentai seasons. I'm not fully familiar with all of them, so I stuck to what I know best. Thoughts on my ideas? What other seasons do you think would be worth revisiting? I will admit the Goseiger Return special was the thing I enjoyed from them when I hated the season. You could salvage seasons with these specials. New episodes Monday, fan commentaries Tuesday. Next week, 10 items that I would like to see in the Lightning Collection. Sorry about not including stills in the video. Due to past fair use abuses from the various companies involved, I no longer feature them. Thank you for understanding. See you in the next video.